Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hometown Hero. Now I thought today we'd start by looking at the finances screen because it's something that I haven't really shown this series yet. But as you can see from the top, we are in an insecure financial status, and we've got a balance of minus £893,000. I have been trying to improve that with no players on the wage budget, not spending any money on the transfer budget, not spending any money on scouting, just trying everything I can to get that into the positives. But it's going to take a while because at this level we're really not getting money from things like gate receipts and everything like that. So this is going to be a bit of an ongoing saga. But since we last saw each other, there have been another couple of signings, and I know there are a lot of signings at the minute, but I'm constantly trying to improve the squad. There have actually only been three. The first one has been Herv Gamis, who I thought would be better than he was, in all honesty. He's alright. He'll be backup centre-back, especially with the strength of the centre-backs we've got, and there isn't really anything underneath Gregerson and El Kiaya. The next is Morten Damborg, who I actually brought in not to play fullback, but to play at in the centre. And I think it was about 30 minutes into his first game, he picked up an injury. He got a concussion. He was out for 3 weeks. So he won't be back for this game, but he'll be back for the game after, and hopefully the next time we see each other as well. But yeah, this is him. I thought, while he's 35, he'll be a good centre-back for us. He's got some decent stats all around, and hopefully he'll be a real leader in the dressing room as well. And the last signing we made was a player called Ruben Nygård. And yes, he's a right winger. He's there to compete with Patrick Anderson, maybe even overtake him. I needed some competition out on that side, and I thought this was the best player to get in. And as you've probably seen, all of the players are on £0 a week. They're on non-contract because, as I said before, I don't really want to be spending any money on wages because I want to try and get the club out of debt first. So the results since the last time we saw each other was against Fredensborg. There have been 5 games, and actually it's been going quite well. We've got 3 wins out of 5. And we've drawn one. We've only lost one in the last 5 games, which I'm really pleased about. And that one game that we lost was against FA 2000. It was a 2-0 defeat. I think they're really just going to run away with the league if we look quickly. They haven't lost yet this season. They're 5 points clear of Holbeck. Yeah, I don't think anybody's really going to catch them. But if we take a quick look in detail on them, against Kastrup, it was a 2-0 win. I'm surprised we didn't win by more. Seaberg missed a penalty in the 9th minute. And actually, I've dropped Seaberg over the last couple of games because he just doesn't seem to be getting those performances that I want out of him. The next game was a 1-1 draw against Lodoje Shmorum. And this game, I was annoyed because we should have got more out of it. We went behind, yes, and we were behind for quite a while. And in the 70th minute, Christensen finally managed to find his shooting boots in a game where he doesn't score a ridiculous amount of goals. And after that, we were still on top. We were dominating the whole of the second half, and I'm somewhat annoyed we didn't get the win. The next game is a game against Karlsunda, who are actually bottom of the table at this time. And this was a fairly routine win. Anderson, Christensen and Thran getting the goals. Surprised we didn't win by more, in all honesty. But still, as I said, routine win, easy win. Nothing to worry about there. And then came the game where we got routinely beaten. We really didn't play well. This was the game where I signed in Dambor, who got a concussion, and Steiners actually picked up a serious injury. He was going to be out for 4 to 5 months. And in the end, with the nature of the league, I actually just let him go and signed in another right back. I know it's a bit harsh on him. He's been playing all right, but with how long he was going to be out for, I didn't want to sit around and wait. So not only was their quality a lot better than ours, the 2 injuries to our defence really did put another spanner in the works, as if we needed one. And the last game in this run of fixtures was against Stenløse. It was actually a 4-2 win. And it was an interesting game. We went 3-0 up. were pegged back in the 36th minute, went in at half-time 4-1 up, and then really we didn't offer anything at all in the second half, and they scored another goal. I had to then change it to counter-attack and then just saw the game out because I didn't want a nervy bum time game for the rest of it. So then that gave us the third win of this run. So now we look at the table, we're actually sitting in 5th position, 17 points. We're 4 points clear of 6th place, which is a relatively nice cushion, and then we're 2 points clear of Ledoja Schmeurum, or however you say that name. I've probably butchered it. But now if we get into the game today, which is the game against Tastrup FC, and we've played them once before the season, it was actually our first win, where we won 4-1, and Christensen got a first half hat-trick. So I'm actually hoping for more of the same today. Hopefully bump us up to 3rd or 4th in the league. That's what I'm really hoping for. But now the team today, it is slightly different with a few changes. So in goal we've got Jonathan Gudmundsson, and in defence we've got Mikkel Kjær because Joachim Steines has left, and we've got Jesper Elkjær and Andre Gregersen at centre-back, with Damgaard hopefully going to be coming in time for the next game. Then we've got Patrick Bang-Nielsen at left-back. The centre midfield defence role, we now have Rasmus Mathiesen instead of Anders Seberg, because I think he just offers a little bit more to us, but obviously Seberg and Mathiesen will be fighting it out. And then the central midfield attack, we've got Christopher Thran, and then in front of those we've got Ruben Nygaard, Kagri Erdem and Erik Braun. And at the top of the formation we've got Fredrik Christensen, who is now actually starting to become one of their best players behind Kagri Erdem. So that's actually really nice to see him finally paying off. But now if we submit the team, a few players still lacking match sharpness, but hopefully that'll iron itself out in the future. So looking at this, they've got one regen as well, a guy called Niklas Jensen, who after this I might actually scout, see how good he is, see what his potential's like. But they're also playing a 4-2-3-1 system, but hopefully our quality can now just shine through and we can get the win. So I'm going to set the opposition instructions to automatic and tell them actually that we should be winning this with no problem at all, which nobody seemed to care about. So now I'm going to go out and say passionately, there's a lot more to come from you, to all of them, which has gone a little bit better. It's still not amazing, but it's a bit better. But now into the game, and kicking off, Gregson on the ball, and him lumping it over. Christensen's never going to get there. I mean, Gregersen is one I'm concerned about because he seems to get low ratings quite often, and I'm struggling to find any of the centre-backs that are any good. So it's a position I'm constantly going to be keeping my eye out on and hopefully find somebody. But now anyway, back to the game. Not really much has happened. I would say this has been an opening highlight, but it's gone on for near 2 minutes of game time now. But Willem on the ball, coming down our right, Jensen into Adamson. He looks surrounded, but he manages to get the ball out to Lip, who finds the cross, but Elkjær clears, not very well, and Nicholas Jensen, who I was talking about before, slots in past Gudmundsson. I mean, that's not a good start, especially with what I was saying about the centre-backs before the chance really happened. Elkjær doesn't really get a great clearance out, and Jensen, next chance is again for, oh no, we might spring, Nygaard on the ball, to Christensen. Christensen looks like he could do something here. Christensen into Braun, no, nothing there. Lip again, he's looking dangerous at the minute. But hopefully Nilsson just go towards him. Yes, well done. Now Braun, can he use his pace? No, he can't, but he can find Thran. Christensen, it looks like he's not being very supported, and that's an awful shot from Christensen. Looked like that was more going to trouble the flag post than the goal. But yeah, 11 minutes in, yes, while we are dominating, 3 shots. We've had no shots on target at the minute. So I'm actually going to say I want more from them, and Ruben Nygaard's been booked. So if his rating doesn't improve, I'll probably bring Patrick Anderson on at half-time. I need to figure out something to do, and I might actually push my wingers into a more offensive role and push Erdem into a more offensive role as well. Really try and bring the attack to them. Neagle's playing a 5.9 now. I can never see... There's always seems to be one player who gets poor ratings in each game, and it's an issue which I need to sort out. But hopefully now with a more advanced winger, my wingers will be getting forward more, putting in better crosses, maybe even trying to cut inside. But now Thran's on the ball and Braun's on the outside, gets dispossessed again, but Gregerson heading it straight to Lip, but getting it back luckily. Erdem into Christensen, and there it is, Fredrik Christensen. I highlighted him at the start as one of our most improved players, and he's just scored for us near the stroke of half time, giving us something to go into and praise at half time as well. Looking at the game, in all honesty, it's probably now been about even. We struggled for possession, so I might change it to retain possession if it's not already on. But I'm going to tell them that actually that I'm not happy with the performance out there. LKI doesn't like that, but I don't really care. Nobody other than Christensen's playing that well. So what I'm going to do straight away is to bring Patrick Anderson on for Ruben Nygaard. Hopefully he'll give us something a bit extra in the second half. I'm going to end that, and I'm going to go to tactics. We don't have retained possession on because we're playing more direct. Yeah, so I'm going to change it to retain. Keep telling them to stick positions, and I'm actually going to tell them to push up a bit higher and take it from there. Probably push the tempo up a bit as well, and then start the second half. Now, one thing I've found with Football Manager 18 is sometimes if you try and make tactic changes at half time, it doesn't acknowledge them for some reason, so I always have to check very soon after the second half kicks off. But here it's actually changed for us, so that's decent. Christopher Thran's making a lot of mistakes. We've got Jonathan Witt to bring on, but he's not playing the worst out there. 63 minutes in, Mathiassen's been booked, and I don't want to play getting sent off, so I'm going to bring on Anders Seberg. Hopefully he can give us something. Patrick Anderson winning the ball high up there. Kagvierdem, Henriksen makes an easy save, but that's better. At least we're getting the chances in now. Erdem's not playing too well, and he's looking complacent. So now it's 71 minutes, and I'm going to make the last change, and I'm going to bring on Jacob Pind and play him actually as a shadow striker right behind Christensen. And I know he's not the best suited for that, but hopefully it'll give us something a bit more there, a bit more attack impetus. But anyway, Lip on the ball. Anderson's Lip back on the ball. Easy for Goodmanson though. And it's when it comes to 75 minutes, I'm actually going to change it onto overload to really try and push for that, because I'd really like to win against the team we beat 4-1. But anyway, Fredrik Christensen, second goal of the game, puts us in front. Really starting to impress me now, this kid. I'm very happy we move up to third, even better. No, I'm not going to make those changes now, because I'm actually going to bring off Kjær, I think, and bring on Andres Marcher to hopefully, shore up the defence a bit. But anyway, Goodmanson taking that free kick now. Kagvierdem not managing to win it. Sorry, I meant to do this because I want to change it onto counter-attacking for now, because I don't want to concede another goal. Gregerson getting there again. It's been a bit nervy at times, but we have looked a better team in total now. And I feel we're kind of justified in getting the win, but it's not over yet, as Adamson's on the ball, and Lip, who's really been that danger. And Willem now through cleanly. Goodmanson making a big save. Well in, Goodmanson. But it's only pushed out for a corner. We've still got to concentrate. And we've got the free kick. I won't lie, I thought that was a penalty there, and I'd have buried my head in my hands if that was the case. But again, Patrick Anderson only playing a 6.3. Our right wingers today have not done well. But hopefully now this is... Oh! That's a second yellow card. That's Michael Kosmanov right at the end of the game. And while it won't mean much for this game, that's not going to do them any favours for the next few games of the season. But there it is, full time, Slails 2, Tostrup FC 1. Actually, looking at it, the match stats show that maybe we didn't deserve that, but I'd say probably the on the balance of things, with the highlights of the game, we did deserve that win. But we really showed a clinicalness in front of goal, apparently, which I am quite happy about. Frederick Christensen getting 2 goals, getting the man of the match. Ruben Negord playing worse. He had a 26 pass completion ratio, which isn't good. But hopefully we can kick on another win. That's 2 wins in a row now. I'm going to tell them that I'm very happy with that. Well done. LQI looked to switch off. That didn't go well. So, they weren't happy with that. Well, I misjudged that situation. Oops. Right, I'm going to end that team talk. Well, that went incredibly well. But even better news, we're still third. Everybody's played the same games because, I didn't want to think that we were third, but Kastrup had that game in hand. They don't. Got a good goal difference, second equal goal difference in the league. 20 points. We're really kicking on now, and it's very pleasing to see. So, yeah, Christensen was on form, and we managed to beat, it's saying 10 men Kastrup. They had a player sent off in the last 5 seconds of the game. But now, if we look at the schedule, I will probably see you guys for the last game before the winter break, which is actually against Kastrup, who are the team we've just overtaken. So hopefully we can keep that gap between them, and it'll be a 3rd versus 4th battle on the 12th of November. So until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good day, and bye-bye.